Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome back to another Cyberpunk 2077 video. In today's vid, we are taking a deeper look into the life paths and which one may best suit you. There are 3 life paths: Nomad, Street Kid, and Corpo. And I'll be giving you all an overview of each one. Now before we get started, as always, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on future Cyberpunk videos. With that said, let's get to it.
Well, who do we have here?
Starting with the Street Kid, your tagline is no future. You were brought up in Haywood in Night City, and it's a fairly large district, and you know pretty much everyone in town. You grew up in poverty, living your day-to-day hedonistic lifestyle, and you're trying to do all you can to hit the major leagues. But you're still sort of a small fish in a huge pond, at least until we get our hands on V and make a massive impact and turn V into a legend. Which goes for all 3 life paths, mind you. Anyway, as a Street Kid, you've interacted with a lot of people in the criminal underworld. You know the city like the back of your hand, you've got experience with the gangs, you've got some reliable contacts, you know the slang, and you've got some pretty good street smarts too. So you shouldn't get screwed over too easily. And one of your opening missions will be to try and steal an exotic vehicle for a fixer who's issued you the contract. But things do get tangled up along the way, as your first encounter with Jackie ends up fighting over the same car.
Okay, easy. Nothing personal, compa. Just biz.
You'll also meet up with a fixer named Padre who operates in Haywood, and he has a mission for you as you see him hand over this car to Street Kid V. You may get the chance to meet up with this fixer with the other life paths as well, but as a Street Kid, as I mentioned before, you grew up in Haywood, so you'll have an encounter with him sooner than later. And being a Street Kid, when it comes to certain dialogue options, let's take the mission with Meredith Stout for example, where you need to retrieve a stolen flathead robot from the Maelstrom gang. Now, you've never really dealt with corporate agents. You're experienced with the lower slum world of Night City, but not the big shots, so you don't have much to play with here. But fast forward to meeting the Maelstrom gang, and due to your background, you'll know if anything is up, and you'll be given unique dialogue options which can go in your favor and can help you greatly later on in the game. So your Street Kid background can really aid you when it comes to the gangs in Night City.
My childhood? Let's see. Racing my bobber for the first time through the hills? Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a synth cornfield.
Nomad is next on the list, and your tagline is turn back, because God knows what you'll end up in when you leave your safe haven of the Badlands and head into the twisted world of Night City. That's not to say that the Badlands are a sanctuary outside of the city, it's a completely different shift as you'll be on the other side of the playing field. As a nomad, it's all about honor and sticking with your family. Sort of like in Red Dead Redemption 2, how you are part of a small but loyal gang. However, for some reason, your family, aka your clan, is falling apart and you feel like you need a change and need to escape this lifestyle and seek something new and more ambitious. You'll end up meeting a few unique characters along the way as well, including the sheriff who operates only in the Badlands I believe, as well as this girl that you're hanging with, so maybe this could lead to an early romance option as well. But at the end of the day, your primary goal is to get into Night City, and you'll meet up with Jackie and you both will be intertwined into each other's life from here on out. At least it's a more friendly approach compared to the Street Kid path where Jackie whips out a gun to your face the very first time you set eyes on him. In regards to dialogue options, sticking with the mission with Meredith where you need to retrieve the flathead robot, you may not know a lot in regards to the corporate lifestyle, but due to your background with your clan as a nomad, you will have an idea of how the Maelstrom gang could have ended up stealing that flathead robot in the first place, and this may open up a new branch for you when you're trying to tackle the gang.
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
For the final life path, we have Corpo. You don't start in the outskirts or the poorer districts of Night City. V works for the mega corporation Arasaka, and you'll be starting your adventure high in the sky in this huge corporate building, and your tagline is trust no one. You're neck deep in the corporate world and everyone is looking out for themselves. You're either a reliable asset or a liability. There's no such thing as friends in the corporate world, as anyone could stab you in the back in a heartbeat. On top of that, as a corpo, you're tasked to eliminate a very high profile target within the business due to a job your boss, Mr. Jensen, has given you, as he hands over a chunk of untraceable cash into your hand to get the job done. Now, that's all well and good, but keep in mind, if you can so easily place a target on someone's head, it doesn't mean you're safe, because it's just a matter of time before someone tries to ice you as well. And being a corpo, things don't remain all sunshine and rainbows. You will fall from grace from this high profile lifestyle, and it becomes sort of like a redemption story of how you get V back on his or her feet. On top of that, Jackie is already one of your best friends, so you and Jackie will already have a great relationship straight from the beginning of the game, whereas in the other two life paths, you'll have to grow that bond between you two. Dialogue wise, once again, sticking with the Meredith mission, as you have a corporate background, you can mix fairly well with Meredith. You'll be able to read between the lines and know what she's really up to, and from there perhaps see if you can choose a different approach to take that flathead robot back, and maybe you'll end up in Meredith's good books, especially if you're trying to romance her as well.
Fine, I'm in.
In conclusion, all three life paths will follow you from start to finish and be intertwined into your mission, so it makes replayability a huge factor in Cyberpunk 2077. As for me, I'll be choosing the corporate lifestyle, but afterwards I'll be going down the street kid path. But all three life paths sound awesome, so let me know what path you may choose in the comments. Be sure to give this video a like as it really helps me out, and I'll catch you all next time.